Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the McVean Center Gymnasium at JCC, home of the Cannoneers. And tonight it's our home for a couple of basketball games. This is the second, Copenhagen taking on McGraw. Connor Lalone alongside Ron Rockwood to cover the action. Cody Wheeler, Morgan Young on the camera, and Zachary Zabriskie, the technical director, as we get underway with McGraw winning the tip. And it'll be their possession to start the evening. Caleb Sutton on the ball, and now into the corner for Mason Allen. Allen back to Sutton.
Oh, yep.
Travel called. Three-man officiating crew, as it was for our first matchup, a game in which the Lafargeville girls improved to 6-2 on the year, avenging their loss last year to the Red Devils of Hammond. There's a couple of teams who are trying to get into the win column. First, McGraw for the first time. Copenhagen trying to pick up what would be their third. Jake Lawley there was underneath. He's one of the players to watch out for Copenhagen. A terrific athlete and handles the ball incredibly well for his size. It's a Copenhagen team we've seen once already this year. It's a quick three from Leland Jordal's no good and then out of bounds. First time we saw Copenhagen this year, they played Sackett's, and that was maybe not the greatest of nights we could have picked to go watch them, as Sackett's was dominant in that game. Just a team that's a little further along in their development, but this Copenhagen team has lots of potential, a lot of young guys out there, so interesting to see how they stack up.
Nice block.
Lawley with the block here to start. The McGraw team, we don't know too much about, but started their season 0-5. Quick three from the corner. That one's off the side of the backboard.
Trying to think, they're down around Cortland, Binghamton area. Is that Section 4? I think Binghamton is Section 4. I'm not sure if it extends up to the Cortland area.
I'd have to double check, Ron. McGraw is just east of Cortland, though.
I think they're too far down to still be in Section 3.
Sutton thought about another three. Instead, he got it down low to Allen. And this time out of bounds, and it is Copenhagen basketball.
I think Lawley might have got a piece of that shot.
Lawley now gets it back. And in the near corner, Leland Jordal. Pass gets away, but it's corralled and saved. That was pretty close for Brenton Mattis, but he did keep it in bounds. Hillier right to the basket.
Ooh.
First points of the game.
That's a tough little shot coming up the left side of the basket. That's, ooh. Yeah. Thought they had to call something.
Copenhagen basketball down in front of us. Jordal to Lawley. Lawley with a step back. Now Mattis stepping into the
nice stroke.
Long two. Logan Jordal doubles the lead, 4-0. A little bit of a press here from Copenhagen. Coach Spalding. Wilson.
Taking each other out there from McGraw.
Oh, what
nice
a feed.
Pass. That's a great pass.
Terrific pass from Mulcahy. Jordal trying to go fast. Gets around.
The stop and go. That was sweet.
Put Riley Van Leeuw in the spin cycle and got to the basket. It was a little different Copenhagen than we saw against Sackets. They didn't score a point until there was 30 seconds left in the first quarter of that game. Already 6 here. Sutton calls for the screen. Throws the pass to Allen. Allen stripped. Wilson skipped out to the far sideline. Offensive foul. They're going to get...
Must have been on the screen. I think they called it on 11.
They did. They got Riley Van Leeuw for the moving screen. First foul of the game. Hillier to Lawley in front of the McGraw bench. Hillier has
Nice
Lawley
look.
underneath. Snuck behind Mason Allen, who had no idea he was there.
Boy, they look great on the offensive end so far. And the defensive end. Copenhagen looks really good.
Bit of press here. McGraw trying to break out of it. Travel called on Mason Allen. Joe Vady with a call. Lawley dished off for Mattis. Now top of the arc. Leland steps into the, again, long two. That one won't go. Rebounded by McGraw. The other way, good no-look pass from Mulcahy.
Nice.
Finds Wilson.
Find your shooter on the wing. Well played.
Little dish and dime from Mulcahy. Jordal trying to answer right back. This one's tipped. It's going to go out, and it should stay with Copenhagen. It will.
I like the flow of this Copenhagen offense. They found themselves several open looks here already.
It's been a good up-tempo game so far. Both ways, both offenses looking to push and get into the paint. Lawley sets the screen for the Hillier, rolls off it, gets it back, turns, spins, and gets the roll. Sutton gets it right back from Allen. Now Mason Allen into the corner.
Open three. Nice.
Blair Mulcahy answers with a three.
Back-to-back threes for McGraw.
Hillier dishing out. Logan Jordal trying to slow it down a little bit maybe for Copenhagen. Hillier harassed by Sutton. It's a screen from Lawley, but had it taken away. Steal for Wilson. Wilson up ahead. And then a lot of contact there. Caleb Sutton draws the foul. I guess they say if you're going to foul, make sure he doesn't make the basket.
He took a good swipe. He seemed surprised that he got the foul call, but there was quite a bit of contact.
Hillier taking no chances, I guess. An opportunity for McGraw to maybe tie it up here. Sutton with the first. 10-9, 3:21 to go in the first quarter. And he will tie it at 10.
Nice little spurt here from McGraw. Looked early like they were going to get themselves in a hole and even up 5 minutes in.
Jordal got around his man and laid it in with the right hand from the right side of the hoop.
Very quick. Watch that 10 seconds.
Sutton in the corner. Skip pass. Mulcahy wide open.
Wow. That's a couple for him.
Gives McGraw the lead, 13-12. Jordal. Lawley back out. Leland Jordal driving in. Throws one up. Won't go. Rebounded by Mason Allen. Now Sutton picked up at half court by the Knights. Mulcahy again.
Oh, he's feeling it. 3 triples. Better get a body on 10.
Copenhagen just not extending.
They've energized their defense as well.
LaHillier
Just
lost the handle.
On the way up. Yep.
Here's Sutton the other way. Now it's McGraw trying to push the tempo. That one might have been blocked. Either way, it's Lawley who comes up with it. Gets over half court, and he's picked up there by Brennan Wilson. Driving into the paint, gets around Wilson.
Wow.
Got the roll.
Boy, that's a pretty nice finish through traffic. I said it earlier, nice fast-paced action. This is fun to watch.
Wilson.
Guys playing some ball out here.
Sutton here on the near side. Mattis extending out to guard him. Now Wilson right back to Caleb Sutton. Sutton into the corner.
Again? Oh.
Heat check maybe, in and out. But a rebound for McGraw. It ended up working its way all the way back out to Mulcahy, who's the one who missed the three.
Oh, nice dish.
And then a foul underneath on the floor before the shot at least. It will be on the floor. Another foul quickly, the second now on LaHillier. And he will check out, replaced by Ashton Sawyer.
McGraw bringing a little more height into the game. Looks like 12 Livermore.
Easton Livermore, the substitution, replaces Van Loo. Mulcahy stepped into the mid-range shot that time and buried it.
Mulcahy eager to pull the trigger tonight. I think he's sitting on 11 already.
Lawley. Mattis turned it over right into the hands of Mason Allen, and then Allen gets it up ahead to Sutton. Sutton goes right to the basket.
4. Just determined to get to the rim.
Draws the foul on Lawley, which is his first.
Well, McGraw doesn't mess around. They make a couple of passes, and somebody's going to the hole. They cut him off. They've got a shooter on the wing.
Sutton makes the first. He's 3 of 3 from the line here in the first quarter. Now 4 of 4. 6-point lead for the Eagles with under a minute to go. And quarter number 1. Lawley steps back. Bounce pass for Jordo, who's going to take a college three. That missed everything.
McGraw had a little slow start the first couple minutes, but they found some offense here. 20 points. Chance to add a little more to it. They're on pace for a pretty high-scoring game.
Shot clock turned off here. McGraw can hold for the last one if they'd like. Mulcahy faked the three. Instead got it out for Wilson. Lawley with the rebound. He's got some time here. Pass up ahead. Oh, poke free, but out of bounds.
Quick hands.
Caleb Sutton able to poke it away from Sawyer, but left 2.6 for Copenhagen to try to draw one up here. Jordal out to Lawley, and he lost the handle. It's out of bounds. That'll end the first quarter.
Well, that's some pretty fast-paced action. I could stand 3 more quarters just like that one.
20-14. Copenhagen and McGraw. They got the boards updated over there for you, Ron, in front of the
now they fixed
scorers table.
I wasn't sure what to expect from McGraw coming in here winless. Not a team we're going to see very often, but they got some players. Shooters. Mulcahy put up 3 triples and a deuce. He's sitting on 11 of their 20 points. I got to figure he's the leading scorer in the game. Copenhagen, decent quarter, but they got their hands full. This should be a good game.
Good high-tempo stuff here to start the second game of our high school basketball doubleheader on NBC Watertown. It's a good match in that first one, too. between Lafargeville and Hammond. This one's shaping up to be maybe even better. 20-14. As we start the second quarter.
Got to think one quick adjustment for Copenhagen. I'm going to think they're going to make sure they got somebody covering Mulcahy, at least when he's out on the wing. He's not hesitating to go to the basket, but hit 3 threes there in the span of about a minute and a half. Changed the game.
Seemed to have trouble extending on him in the first. Jordal, mid-range shot, step back, fade away.
That is not an easy look on the baseline.
A little bit of a press.
Could have called a walk there, too.
Mason Allen maybe got away with one. Sutton to Wilson, gets it right back. Mulcahy into Allen. Wilson swings it around for Caleb Sutton. Sutton underneath for Allen. Shot won't go. Rebound falls to Lawley. Lawley trying to go 1-on-4. Going to go into the paint. Good feed underneath, and then the travel called on Ashton Sawyer. Just lifted up that pivot foot.
Yeah, Sawyer's been found himself down on that low block a couple times at short range and one too many moves. First time he got knocked away, this time he got called for a travel. He's got to just take it up.
Brennan Wilson, guarded by Lawley, top of the arc. Picked up his dribble and pass out to the near sideline. Looking behind the back feed from Joey Wargo there. Just happened to be making his way up the sideline. Lawley inbounds for Copenhagen. Mattis. Jordal thought about the long three again. Now he will take it.
Oh, and that one he drains.
Hey, why not? Gets Copenhagen back within one. Allen sets the screen. Now rolls off it. Sutton. Mulcahy. Hand it off. Mulcahy over in the corner, trying to set up shop. Allen goes to the basket and will get called. Came to that jump stop and then took another one. Logan Jordal with 6 to go in the first half. Got the screen.
Nice look.
Might have been blocked from behind.
I think he did get a piece of that.
Easton Livermore. And this one's deflected and saved by... No, he did. He stepped out of bounds. Leland Jordal got a hand on the pass and then tipped it to himself, but couldn't keep that right foot in bounds. McGraw basketball, Brennan Wilson. Bounce pass into the paint, and that one's deflected out of bounds, and then back off of Livermore. Turnover McGraw.
A little more active defense here from Copenhagen these first just over 2 minutes now. No points out of McGraw, and really I think we've only gotten one shot off.
Mattis. All the way around, Jordal. Logan at the top of the arc. Now Leland. Into the paint, through some contact, shot wouldn't have counted anyway. First foul on Mulcahy. First foul here in the second quarter. Brenton Mattis. Bounce pass. Tough floater. Wouldn't go for Leland Jordal. Livermore came up with the rebound. Sutton off the screen, hop step.
That's not my place to call, but it looked like he lifted that pivot foot. First points for Hammond, or excuse me, McGraw here in the second quarter.
Thought he might have got away with one too, Ron, but Livermore with a nice-looking mid-range jump shot from the free throw line. Here's McGraw again the other way. Out to the near side, 3.
Bang. Boy, they've got some shooters. I think we got an ankle injury underneath on that dish. I think he landed on somebody else's foot.
Yeah, immediately up and
I think
helped
when he
off.
dished that ball, he stepped on somebody's foot, I think. I don't know if we got a replay.
It's Caleb Sutton who is the player being helped off.
He's been a big part of that flow up top of their offense. We'll see if they can replace that on the floor.
Jordal. Got the screen from Sawyer. Now Mattis. Leland
Another
way
deep
downtown.
three. Oh,
That one, again, missed everything. Just 1 of 3 on those
I'm not sure
from dead on.
Spalding's in favor of those 24-footers.
I'd be in favor if they go in, but not one. As well as the first he took, weren't particularly close.
Yeah, pretty early in the shot clock to be chucking it up from outside the college three-point line.
Here's Mulcahy again. Wilson. Mulcahy wide open again on the near side. That one too strong, though.
Pulled off a little bit.
Offensive rebound, though, and then able to draw the foul. Riley Van Loo, who's back.
They're aggressive. That's that offense. If there's not an open shooter, somebody's going to the hole, and they don't waste a lot of time.
Doesn't get the roll on the first. Devin Patchen in for the Knights, replacing Ashton Sawyer. No good on the second either. And Lawley with a strong rebound for Copenhagen. Lawley dishing out. Here's LaHillier into the paint. Shot won't go. Lawley tips it back to Jordal. He's harassed. Nearly got the shot to go. Instead, it's rebounded by Easton Livermore. Wilson. Handed off. Livermore lost the handle. LaHillier with the steal. Has Lawley up ahead. Jordal into the corner. Patchen. Oh, in and out. Rebounded by Wilson. Wilson. Livermore set the screen, then rolled
Nice
right
hands.
off of it, but Lawley with the steal. Yeah, I was going to say, he could do it.
Nice. That'll get a little noise out of the crowd. Nice.
Timeout called McGraw after Lawley throws it down.
Elevation. Nice.
I had heard rumors that Jacob Lawley was capable of that.
And not necessarily a breakaway. He had a guy right on him. He just elevated and took it to the rack. That was nice.
Gets Copenhagen back within 4.
Got a little juice in the crowd here, too. That was fun.
Certainly in this neck of the woods, it's a little less common.
Correct.
And when it happens, people get fired up about a dunk at the high school level.
Interesting. I don't know if it's the time of day or the teams involved, but we had a bigger crowd, honestly, for the girls' game than we got for the boys' game. This is a fun game here. A lot of fast-paced action. Got threes, we got a dunk. What more could you ask for? Not a lot of whistles. They're letting them play.
4-point game with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Jake Lawley with a dunk in transition. Copenhagen trailing by 4. Mulcahy, part of the,
Nice.
really most of the reason for that McGraw lead.
Yeah, he's got just about half their points sitting on 13.
Jordal blocked by Livermore. Here's Mulcahy the other way. And he will lay it in with the left hand.
Nice finish over Lawley.
The Hillier drives into the paint. Nearly got the shot to fall. Foul's on the floor anyway, says Joe Vady. First foul. Second foul here for McGraw in the second quarter. LaHillier. That one was deflected. Leland Jordal can corral it. He'll drive into the paint. Again, foul on the floor before the shot.
He's quick once he gets into the lane.
Wiley with the call this time. The foul's the second on Mulcahy, which is something to watch. LaHillier trying to inbound. We'll throw it deep. Logan Jordal against Livermore. Blocked again, Livermore. And up ahead for Brennan Wilson. Wilson spins.
Nicely done. Couldn't get it to go, but it was a nice attempt at the spin move to finish.
Wouldn't go for him. Lawley got the screen. Dished off. LaHillier will take it. Banked it in.
The bank is open. Deposits only. Nice.
Wilson into the corner. Livermore. That one off the back iron. LaHillier fighting for the loose ball. And then a timeout called by McGraw with 1:29 to go in the first half. Both teams have gone on runs here. Neither of them have been really able to extend the lead much past 8 or 10.
I think the refs, I like them giving them a little freedom to play here. Makes for an entertaining game.
Yeah, to their credit, they've been fairly consistent. They let some contact go, but also has been a fairly clean game for the most part.
For what it's worth, the sore ankle has not gotten off the bench yet. He's got ice on it. Doesn't look too eager to stand up.
Yeah, that's Caleb Sutton for McGraw, who is doing quite a bit of quarterbacking for that offense. So, yeah, that's.
I don't think he wants to take that sneaker off. If you sprain that ankle and it's swelling, and you take it off, you're probably not putting it back on.
Wilson to Allen, who's back in. Thomas Lee into the game now.
Ooh, nice dish.
Turning, throwing one up was Van Loo, who checked back in as well for McGraw. He didn't get the shot to fall. LaHillier. Good feed underneath for Lawley, who takes a dribble. Doesn't get the roll.
He's going to finish most of those. He's not going to miss a lot from point blank.
Lee hands it off for Wilson. Wilson. Long three.
Oh, he tried the bank.
Ball tipped back out, though, for Wilson. Steps into a mid-range shot. Had to go up high to avoid Lawley and didn't get it to go. Then some contact here.
I think inadvertent, but I think he got the top of the head into his chin. LaHillier, just, you can still see him rubbing the top of his head.
Came up into Livermore, who took the worst of it and was called for the foul. Shot clock turned off here at the end of the first half. Copenhagen trailing by 5. Jordal, LaHillier, good pass underneath for Lawley. A little too much on it, and Lawley couldn't handle it. Here's McGraw the other way with 12 seconds now. Wilson. Bounce pass for Livermore out of bounds. Came off of Copenhagen.
Surprised he doesn't call a timeout and set something up here with 6 seconds to go. timeouts to burn.
Copenhagen have 6 guys out there.
They don't allow that?
It's not like hockey where you can pull your goalie. Inbound pass and a loose ball. Now Spalding will call a timeout with 2.5. Is Copenhagen able to force the turnover, and now they can maybe draw something up.
Again, I'm surprised McGraw didn't call a timeout there. Get the ball into your basket, 6.5 left, set something up. See if it comes back to haunt him. Pretty quick first half.
Yeah, I think we started pretty much right on time. You never know when you have a couple of games in the same venue, but that first game started right at 5:30. I think this one started right at 7 when it was supposed to. Two and a half seconds for Copenhagen to try to create some magic here at the end of the first half as they trail by 5. Mattis gets it in. Lawley heaves it up.
Wow. Pretty good distance on that without being able to step into it. That's pretty entertaining first half.
Back and forth. Couple of lead changes.
A little better defense from Copenhagen there. They gave up 20 in the first quarter, held them to 9 in the second.
Getting the unofficial stats from Zach Zabriskie. Mulcahy leads all with 15. A couple of boards for him as well. Lawley leading the way for Copenhagen with 8. 4 boards and 3 blocks, according to Zach. A couple of blocks for Livermore, who has a pretty balanced stat sheet there. 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 blocks. And what was a really entertaining first half of basketball. McGraw with the lead 29-24 over Copenhagen. Again, we're here at JCC, courtesy of them and Jeff Wiley, athletic coordinator, for always being inviting, having us at JCC pretty much whenever we like. And we'll be back tomorrow for a couple of South Jeff games as the boys take on Potsdam Sandstoners at 1 in the afternoon, and then later 4 o'clock the girls will take on Vernon Verona Sherrill. So that's what we'll be up to tomorrow. Tonight, this is our second of 2. Lafargeville with a win over Hammond, the girls, in our first matchup. And here McGraw with the lead over Copenhagen at halftime, 29-24. So
far, 6 pretty fun quarters of basketball. I think this one just feels like it's going to be back and forth and maybe a 3-4 point game with a minute to go. Can't ask for more than that.
Well, we've got an 8-minute break here before we will see the final couple quarters of tonight's action. So we'll step aside and be back when they start shooting the basketball again. 29-24, the halftime score, McGraw over Copenhagen. Welcome back inside the McVean Gymnasium here at JCC, where the Copenhagen Golden Knights trail by 5 against the McGraw Eagles.
Got that ankle healed up. Sutton's back in the game.
Caleb Sutton on the ball now.
Doesn't seem to be limping.
We took another look at it at halftime. Came down onto the foot of Jacob Lawley and then exited the game, but back
Nice
in there
dish.
to start the second half. A good look underneath for Mulcahy. Didn't get it to fall.
Oh,
Copenhagen in transition also unable to connect. Brenton Mattis. Allen
nice.
laid it in with the left hand.
Little Matador defense here to start the half. Everybody's letting the other guys get to the rim.
Lawley, Jordal, LaHillier, back to
Nice
Lawley
look.
underneath.
Nice look.
Jake Lawley answers right back. 31-26. Sutton won't go. LaHillier with a rebound. Has Lawley to his left, finds him right back, and able to get back, deflect the ball back off of LaHillier was Caleb Sutton. You see he's clearly struggling with it, but got all the way back there in transition to make that defensive play and force the turnover. Now here he is on the far sideline, Caleb Sutton. Picked up by Logan Jordal. Allen in the corner. Back to Sutton, wide open. Doesn't get it to go. Pokes the rebound free, though, to Mulcahy, who then was stripped by Brenton Mattis. Logan Jordal driving in, slowing down. LaHillier steps into the three. Won't go. And Sutton with the rebound. Here he is up the far sideline. Came to a stop quick.
Yeah, he's still struggling.
Wincing in
Toughing it out.
some pain over there after that.
Yeah, I don't think that quick stop helped him any.
Allen against Mattis.
He's laboring now over here.
Here he is on the ball. Sutton. Allen in the post. Turns and
Nice.
gets around Mattis.
Copenhagen better be careful here. Might get away from him.
Lawley lost the handle. Dished out. Brenton Mattis through the paint. Blocked from behind by Allen. Got it right back and then swatted again. Loose ball here. Controlled by Sutton. Sutton on the ball. Slows down. Speeds up. Goes into the lane. Draws the foul.
Give the kid credit. He's clearly feeling it, but no less aggressive. He's still taking it to the hole.
Makes the first. Misses the second. 5 of 6 from the line now is Sutton. Offensive rebound and a great feed to find Allen.
Wow, and now they're up 10.
Riley Van Loo with the offensive board, and that'll force a timeout from Logan Spaulding. We've started the quarter down 5. They now trail by 10. Just under 3 minutes gone here.
Just seems like whether it was an adjustment by McGraw or Copenhagen has slacked off, but everything is right at the rim for McGraw. They're just getting open looks right under the basket.
We saw them punish Copenhagen for the soft defense in the first half from beyond the arc, and it's been the complete opposite here in the second half, getting inside. Been able to hold Copenhagen in check offensively as well. LaHillier out of the timeout. 2-3 zone from McGraw. Bounce pass to no one, taken away. Mulcahy with his steal, trying to go in transition. He lost the handle out of bounds.
Good hands on defense there. Boy, Sutton is still struggling. Finds the adrenaline when he's got the ball, but you can see him struggling just to get up and down the court.
Here's LaHillier. Jordal in the corner. Fakes the shot, drives in, dishes out.
Nice
Tough pass, but handled well by LaHillier. His three won't go, and it's rebounded by Riley Van Loo. Wilson.
Good hands by Lawley there, poke that away.
Here's Jordal. Gets around Allen. Right hand from the left side won't go. Lawley tried to follow, and that was no good either. Still a 10-point game halfway through quarter number 3. Okay, he can't handle the pass from Sutton. It's out of bounds. LaHillier steps into one from dead on. Rebounded by Allen. Sutton driving in. Great move.
That's no easy shot. It's a great finish using the rim as almost a defender.
Mattis. Lawley, mid-range shot. Won't go. Copenhagen.
Nothing on the boards for Copenhagen. I'm not sure they've got a rebound in this third quarter.
I was going to say they're really struggling on the offensive glass. Of course, when Lawley's the one out taking the shots.
That's going to affect your rebounding for sure.
Mulcahy, bounce pass to Allen in the post, who turns. Throws it over his shoulder.
Nice
Shot blocked by Lawley. Wilson.
Oh, don't know how that didn't go.
Now Lawley slows down, speeds right back up. Gets around Mulcahy, out into the corner. Leland. That one won't go either. Allen. Stayed in bounds. Through the hands, though, of Mulcahy, out of bounds into the Copenhagen bench.
Boy, free possession here from Copenhagen. Got to take advantage. He just cannot find the rim. Actually fortunate to only be down 12. McGraw's had a couple shots just roll across the rim and come off.
LaHillier, Leland Jordal, step back, turned over, thrown right to Allen. Wilson will slow it down, hands off for Caleb Sutton. Gets it right back, though. Brennan Wilson. Sutton. Out to Allen, left wing. Mulcahy with the right hand.
Just slow and steadily pulling away here.
Copenhagen really struggling offensively now. LaHillier able to save it, throws it to Lawley. Out to Jordal. LaHillier, Lawley, Jordal, LaHillier, long three. Lawley, offensive rebound, mid-range shot. That's off the right side and then rebounded by Brendan Wilson. Chances for Copenhagen, just can't put the ball through the basket. Caleb Sutton and Allen in the post. Allen muscles his way through Ashton Sawyer, and another timeout called by Copenhagen.
Lead ballooned up to 16. He just can't score. Not sure what you change here if you're Copenhagen. Having some trouble stopping the drives to the lane, and they just can't get anything going on the offensive end.
42-26. A minute 17 to go in the third quarter. There's only so much that Copenhagen can do at some point. They're creating fairly decent opportunities. They've had some good looks. They have forced a couple of shots as well here in the third quarter, but they've had chances.
From my seat, I feel like they've got to start on the defensive end. They've got to at least make McGraw hit something from the outside. This has all been layups in the third quarter. And if anything, I mean, find whoever's Sutton is guarding and go around him. Make him show he's got that mobility. He's kind of running around on that tiptoe. They got there in this one, down 16.
Mattis. Lawley. In and out. Rebound Allen. That's another area Copenhagen's been struggling here in this second half, is on the offensive glass. Mulcahy throws it out of bounds. Another turnover for him. Under a minute to go now in the third quarter. Logan Jordal for Copenhagen. Out to Brenton Mattis. Tough pass for Lawley. That one was kicked. Good hustle, though, for Madison. Mulcahy to dive onto the court for that one. Livermore back in for McGraw. Mattis. Jordal. Pass deflected. Logan Jordal will come up with it. Trying to get around Sutton. Now to Lawley. Lawley. Way downtown. Won't go for Leland Jordal. Shot clock turned off. 22 seconds to go. Sutton. Livermore, great feed to find Allen.
Wow. Ran that to perfection.
And Mason Allen dominant there in that third quarter.
Wow, that was dominant all around.
McGraw shuts down the Copenhagen offense and then takes whatever they want down low. 44-26 lead.
8 minutes worth of layups for McGraw and next to nothing offensively for Copenhagen. Took a close game. It was, what, 4 or 5 at the half?
5 points at the half.
Now it's 18. Wow. Well, Spalding should have no shortage of topics to talk about in the break. It hasn't been a lack of effort. I mean, Copenhagen's playing hard. They're not doing anything on the glass. And they're not getting a ton of looks. I go back to their defense. There had to be 10, 8, 10 literally point-blank layups.
Definitely a struggle there in the third quarter for Copenhagen, who we should mention is missing Aiden Sheets, one of their bigger players. Definitely plays that kind of power forward role for him. So one of those players that's going to fight for the loose balls and work hard on the glass. He's over there in a walking boot on his right foot. So bit of a loss for Copenhagen's. Probably part of the reason why they haven't done as well on the glass as maybe we would have expected. Here in the fourth quarter, McGraw immediately forces a turnover.
Ferocious defense.
Wilson to Allen. Sutton back to Allen. Now down low. Allen driving in left side through some contact. Sawyer ended up with a rebound. He might have got a hand on the shot as well from Allen. Couple of subs ready to check in for Copenhagen. Jordal, bounce pass. Leland to Logan. Gets it back. Now Leland on the far side. He'll take a three. Off the top of the backboard, offensive rebound, Mattis.
Point blank, can't score.
Up ahead,
And another layup from McGraw.
Brennan Wilson with a layup in transition. Great pass to find him. Wide open under the hoop. Lead to 20. Lawley's going to try a three. In and out. Mattis couldn't come up with a rebound. Allen did. Here's Sutton up the sideline. Gets around Lawley and then draws the foul as he will head to the line again. He's 5 of 6 from the free throw line.
McGraw just has taken over this game in the second half. Running a very efficient offense. Not settling for threes because they know they can get to the rim. And on the defensive end, just owning the glass and giving up nothing to Copenhagen. .22 and climbing.
Sutton makes both. Logan LaHillier back in for Copenhagen. Devin Patchin as well. Here's Leland Jordal in the near corner. LaHillier. Bounce pass taken away. Sutton with the steal. Has Wilson up ahead. Sutton takes it himself. Blocked by LaHillier.
McGraw doesn't even look like they're considering a jump shot.
No reason to.
Yeah.
On cue, in and out. Out of bounds, last touch by McGraw.
Okay,
Sutton off the inbound play.
They seem to just, they know they make enough passes, somebody's going to get an open look underneath.
LaHillier, 6:10 to go. Leland Jordal into the paint. Mid-range.
Just nothing will go down.
In and out. How many times have I said that tonight for Copenhagen, especially here in the second half? Sutton to Wilson. Allen set the screen on LaHillier. Now he rolls out to the left side. Screen here for Sutton. Van Loo rolled off that. Allen in the corner. Catches, drives. Lays it in.
He's been a different player in the second half. He struggled there early. Allen, several turnovers in that first quarter. And now he's just been aggressively going to the basket. Confident.
Leland Jordal aggressively to the basket. He draws the foul. Misses the first.
Boy, they've been stuck on 26 forever. God, nothing will fall.
Sutton into the corner. Livermore back to Sutton up top. Oh, he thought about it. Allen. Wilson. Sutton.
Yeah. Remind me again, was it 29-24 at the half?
It was 2 points.
2 points.
In the entirety of this second half for Copenhagen. Jordal. Livermore up ahead for Wilson. Wilson has LaHillier. Didn't matter. Got the roll.
Wow, just no answers. 2 points versus 25. Wow. I mean, credit to McGraw. Whatever they've changed at halftime, maybe they recognized something in the matchup that told them they could get to the basket and score at will. It's literally been at will. They've played good defense. Copenhagen's a few decent shots that just won't fall.
So another timeout for Copenhagen here. Obviously too late now to think about getting back into it, but maybe just try to salvage something Certainly could be proud of the way they played in the first half.
Yeah.
It's been a different story here the last 11 or so minutes, but get back to playing the way they did in that first half, they'll at least feel a little bit better about the result.
Yeah, I'm not sure they can change the final outcome now, but boy, it'd be nice to get some offensive rhythm build for the next game.
Jordal outside for LaHillier. Skip pass to Leland in the near corner. He steps into a mid-range shot. That one's pure.
There's a deuce.
Allen, hands off. Sutton gets the screen from Livermore. Back out to Allen, but it was picked off. Jumped by Logan LaHillier. Here he is in transition, lays it up.
Oh, 4 points right in less than 30 seconds there.
More points there than they had the entirety of the half. Wilson to Sutton.
You try to trap him up there, but tried to draw the charge.
Wilson. Shot won't go. Offensive rebound, Livermore, and then he's fouled. Well, there are 3 guys in there. We'll see who they nail for it. Looks like Logan Jordal will pick up the foul. His second.
Not sure if they got him or Spalding. It had to be Jordal. I don't see Spalding out there. I don't see, but I thought he put up a 2.
Livermore makes the second. Here is Jordal. Out to LaHillier, top of the arc against Wilson. Gets the screen from Lawley. Has Patchen in the corner, instead goes to the far side. Leland driving in, dishing off. Lawley fakes the shot and steps into a harder one and had it blocked. Wilson, oh, what a pass. Great defense from Lawley to get back and prevent a bucket there.
He's not shy about pulling the trigger.
Leland Jordal off the right iron that time. Here's Caleb Sutton. Gets the screen. Rolling off it.
Nice look. It's a great pass.
Riley Van Loo on the pick and roll. Jordal, LaHillier, Patchen, Leland Jordal. Shot won't go. Sutton with the board. McGraw with 30 seconds on the shot clock and just over 2 remaining in the game. Timeout called by McGraw.
Got to think maybe he's going to get some of his bench in the game. Up 28 with 2 minutes to go.
Looked like Copenhagen was ready to do that as well. Jaden Selly was up in front of the scorer's table.
Mattis as well, I think, going to check in.
.159 to go. 28-point lead. And like Ron said, maybe a chance for McGraw to get some of the bench in here. At halftime, we thought this might have ended up being a little bit closer than it has, but it's still an exciting basketball game nonetheless.
Yeah, plenty of action. Fortunate for Copenhagen, this second half has kind of turned into at 8-6, 14 minutes of layup drill for McGraw.
High school basketball from JCC on NBC Watertown, presented by the Bob Johnson Auto Group as well as Seacom Credit Union.
Yeah, full slate of subs for McGraw, and had a couple starters left on the floor for Copenhagen.
A couple of guys, unfortunately for McGraw, I don't have information on. I sure could help you, some of these guys, but Thomas Lee and Cameron Randall into the game for them, as well as Xavier Wibble, who thought about the shot and said it's a shot clock violation against the Eagles. Jordal, along with Mattis.
Oh, he's going to chuck it.
It was Jaden Selly who's in for the Knights. Devin Patchen. And Ashton Sawyer as well, who comes up with the steal there. Hillier. Selly's pass intended for Selly was taken away. McGraw the other way. LaHillier with a block. They're going to get him for the foul. Wiley with a call down here in front of us.
Good to see some of these guys getting the scorebook here. First free throw, no good. Let's see if this young man can get in the scorebook. And he does.
Minute 5 to go. Logan LaHillier to Brenton Mattis. LaHillier driving in, dishing out. Selly's shot, that's short. Rebound for McGraw. Pass deflected,
there's
but
an open look.
Shot for Lee wouldn't go, and then
I think we get in these late game situations. I like these guys that don't get a lot of time. They bust their butt in practice and don't get a ton of court time. I like to see them get a chance to score. He gives it to Selly. He's probably going to shoot it. Well,
Mattis, Patchen in the post, taken away, steal for McGraw. Here's Thomas Lee, able to save it. Ball into the corner. Good move, but the shot won't go. Devin Patchen with a rebound. And here's LaHillier. 5 now. Selly.
Shoot it, young man. Boy, great effort in that second half from McGraw. Just totally dominated that second half.
Final stats from Zach Zabriskie. Blair Mulcahy with 17.
I think he had 15 at the half. He really didn't have to shoot in that second half.
Wilson with 10. Allen ends up with 12, and I think 8 or 10 of those were in that second half, and they were all right underneath the basket. As McGraw able to come up trumps against Copenhagen, they pick up their first win of the season with a 59-30 victory over the Golden Knights here at JCC.
Entertaining basketball, just not as competitive as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, just a complete turnaround in that second half as McGraw was able to establish that interior presence and ride that to the victory.
Good to see Sutton get out there after halftime. That
Absolutely.
ankle must have loosened up for him. He was struggling there in the third quarter, and I think it finally just got enough adrenaline, got enough motion in there, loosened it up. He played well. I mean, he was active. It would have been easy enough for him to stand up top and just direct traffic, but he was constantly going to the lane.
So McGraw with a win, and they improved to 1-5. Copenhagen falls to 2-6 on the season. High school basketball here at NBC Watertown. We'll be back Same place tomorrow. South Jeff boys will take on Potsdam at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then the girls will take on VVS at 4 o'clock. A couple of games we're really excited about and happy to bring you always a good time when we get to come to JCC and set up here in the back of the bleachers. Awesome vantage point for us. So glad to be back. And we're excited for tomorrow's action. For our crew tonight,
Looking forward to tomorrow.
Cody Wheeler, Morgan Young, Zach Zabriskie, and my commentary partner, Ron Rockwood. My name's Connor Lalone. We hope you all enjoyed the games as much as we did, and we also hope to see you tomorrow. But if we don't, we hope you have a great night and a great rest of your weekend. From JCC, good night.
Good night.